everybody, it's Nancy from Wonder Girl Designs. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm going to lift my phone up. If it says was live above my head, that means you're catching the replay. Do me a favor, type hashtag replay. That way I can welcome you. Let me find myself too. It just seemed very low a minute ago. Welcome all my friends from Craft Around the Clock. I am Nancy. I live in North Texas. And welcome to my page. Keyword today, guys, if you want the product list, is tote. T-O-T-E. Very simple. And if you're not already there, make sure you're in my broadcast channel. And if you're not, you could just type broadcast in the comments. And after the live, I will send you the direct link. That is just going to give you a way to get news from me so quickly. So for when I go live and we have a whole bunch of new promotions today, those kind of things go in and any posts that I make will be in the broadcast channel, okay? So let me see. Of course, it's not up here on the first time. So while we're waiting for my page to pull up, I had a, whatever this is called, cutting board that I painted in Waverly in the color Moss. Okay, just one coat, because I wasn't sure how long this whole thing was going to take, so I did a little prep work ahead of time. Oh, there I am. Oh boy, I'm far away now. Why does it seem so far, far away? Must have done something to my thing. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Linda. You guys, I feel like it makes me look like I'm so far away. I'm going to scoot up. That's crazy. Tell me what you think of this view. If it looks weird to you, let me know. Or if it's fine, you can also tell me that. It just looks like you're higher than you are. To me, it looks funny. Hi, Cindy. All right, I want you guys to be like looking at all the mess down there. So I'm going to move this. Why I'm getting such a wide angle, I have no idea. It looks really strange on my end, you guys. Really strange. All right, I hope you guys are good. It looks really different for me. Super different. Super different. Okay, we're just going to move on. Cindy says it's fine. Linda, hi Linda. Hi Pamela McDonald and Denise and Sandy and Lena. Hello everyone. Hi Susan. All right, well, you guys say it's fine. It looks strange to me, but we're going to let it go. I don't know why it's strange. Okay, we are going to do a little crackle effect, okay? So when you do the crackle effect, you want to put a dark color down on your first layer. Usually I do black, but I just wanted to try something different, so I put this green down, and we'll see how it looks. You're welcome, Cindy. Cindy, I'm glad you got it. We're going to use some Mod Podge for our crackle. Okay, and what you want to do, if you want really thin little cracks, you want to put a thin layer of Mod Podge down. If you want thick cracks in your crackle, you want a thicker layer of Mod Podge, okay? Everything else is the same, so it just sort of depends on what you want. I think I want it to be a little thicker. Now, most of this is going to be covered, but we're just going to do the whole thing, because I don't want to play with, you know, I want to make sure it all gets covered. I want to make sure my whole thing gets, you know, I don't want anything peeking out. Hi, Jan. How are you? Jan, did you ever get your package? Because I'm thinking if you don't have it by now, or if it's moved, do you know if your package is moving? I know you were saying you were waiting on something to be delivered. If it hasn't moved, like if it's been in the same spot in the system for a little while, you might want to get on the live chat with Chalk. I can show you how to do that. I don't know how long they make you wait before they can replace your order, but I don't want you to wait too long. Okay, the key with crackle. Hi, Anita. How are you? And Mary Ann. Hello, Crafting for the Soul. I have no idea what your name is, but hello. So glad you're here. Okay, so I'm doing this much Mod Podge. You just want it to be kind of even, okay? I am good, Lori. How are you? And then while the Mod Podge is still wet, this is cracking me up, this view over here. You want to put your top coat color down. It doesn't have to be white. You can do it in any color. I like to use white mostly. And you want to use light brush strokes. So my brush is just touching the board. I'm not pushing down very hard. And you don't want to overwork it. Okay, you don't want to mix the Mod Podge in with the paint, or your crackle's just not going to do very well. I've only had like one time where it didn't crack. Hello, Kim. How are you? So while the Mod Podge is wet, you want to go ahead and get your white or your top layer of paint on. Okay? Again, light brush strokes. Light brush strokes. And you just want to cover the whole thing. And as it dries, hope your day is great. Tote, sprinkled. Who is that? Hello, Diana. As the Mod Podge dries, it shrinks. And it'll have that top layer shrink. And you'll get an old weathered crackle effect, as they say. Oh, well, welcome, Kim. Where are you watching from? We're going to do a little outside the box deal here today. Hi, Pam Powers and Rochelle. How are you? Guys, it was 90 degrees today in Texas. Is that nuts or what? Okay, I have quite a bit of paint on here. Kind of nutty. I think we're just going to let that be. Okay. This is pretty thick. It may take a bit to dry, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, so we're going to set this aside to dry and work on the next part of our craft. Well, welcome from Middle Tennessee. I am in North Texas. I'm originally from Michigan. So you're going to hear me say you guys and all the Michigan slang because that's how I grew up. Thanks for sprinkling. I appreciate you so much. Okay, now we are going to get a couple things out. I need to move this. I'm going to put that right up there. Okay, this is a sticky ink mat. You could use a Cricut. They have mats too. Mine's actually not very sticky. I do need to clean it. Lita like the cheetah. Hello, Lita. I love that. Okay, so this is just a piece of drop cloth. Thanks for sprinkling. Appreciate it. 98. Oh, well, you're out in the desert where it gets super hot. I'm happy with anything around 75 and up. 90 degrees, you are mean for even mentioning that. I'm sorry, Jan. Sorry. It was beautiful today. I'm going to how about I'll just say gorgeous. It's going to be like that for a while. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Hello, Elizabeth. Okay. Now, this is a piece of drop cloth that I got at Lowe's. You can probably find them at Home Depot, any hardware store. It's a giant drop cloth. It's not burlap, but you know, it's a cloth. It's a piece of cloth, basically. Drop cloth material. It's very inexpensive, so I got a huge piece, and I can pull this out and craft with it anytime. And we are going to use this reusable silkscreen transfer. I just got a whole new, my Tiffany collection in. Tiffany Thiessen. I'm going to show you it real quick. This is the one we're going to use, but I'm going to show you a few of her ideas. So there's some steaks with, you know, the different herbs or whatever. You can make these. This one says love more. This one says love with the flowers. These were all designed and in coordination with her. This is the Tiffany Thiessen collection. Isn't this pattern so pretty? I love it. This one I just needed. Then this is her cute font, kind of a thick, chunky font to use. And then she's got some designs like this. And then this one might be my favorite. It says, these are all for like plant theme. So it's staying alive. Can you imagine having that on a plant? Weed, maybe. Pour me a drink, not a hugger. I wet my plants, and who knows? And then we've got some vegetables, and then this really pretty, this is like a linen design, basically. I think this is so cool. But anyway, this came on my porch today. And so I thought we would work with this. This one is called Totally something. Just Totally? Totally. And I just pictured this to have things in it. So we're going to take this reusable silkscreen transfer and just stick it to my cloth. Now the key is with this is you want to make sure you get all your air bubbles out. Okay, so I'm just taking a squeegee and going over it to make sure I get all my air bubbles out. And then I decided, I'm so glad you guys had fun. Hi, Jean from Lynchburg, Tennessee. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. 47 in Indiana. That's not bad. So that you always craft something great. Oh, you're so nice. Are you enjoying this warm? Yeah, Rochelle says it's going up and down there. Okay, so we're going to use bark. You could use any color you like. I just wanted a darker color. This is called bark. This is chalk paste. You could use ink if you want. I don't know if I'm going to need these straps, but I'm going to put them on here just in case. I'm not sure. But you could use ink, like I said, but this is not something I plan to wash. So just so you know, you can use paste on fabric, you guys, even as long as it's not something that you plan to wash in the washing machine, because the paste will fade over time, whereas the ink is permanent. Okay, that's the difference. So we're just going to get this whole thing... We're going to get this whole thing chalked. We just want to take your paste, press it in the silk screen, just like this. Now with fabric, use firm pressure, you guys, with your fabric, okay? Because you want to make sure that fabric grabs your paste. Again, ink or paste is fine for this project. Hi, Karen. Karen Rhodes, I think I've seen you on my page before, but welcome, welcome. If you've not, welcome, welcome. Your name seems so familiar. Maybe I have somebody else with the same last name. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm just getting any excess that's sitting on the top. And then what we're going to do, hello, Dawn Lad. We're going to get rid of that. And then we're just going to lift slowly. Okay, did I miss that, or was that? Oh, that's how it is. All right, just lift slowly. Make sure you got everything you wanted to get. This you can clean in your sink with water and a board eraser. I just put this on a dish mat in my drawer and keep it wet while I'm crafting. And then I'll use this board eraser in the sink later, okay? Now, the reason I use the ink mat is because sometimes the ink or the paste will go through the fabric. So really, you don't have to have an ink mat. You could use cardboard, but you want to protect your surface, okay? So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to grab my crackle thing here. How are you guys? All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my edges here because I got some paint tripping. It might be paint, it could be Mod Podge, we don't know. And then we're going to get the heat to this and get it crackling here. This would take a while to dry on its own because you can see I just put a fingerprint in it. Okay, let's dry this up. And once it starts to dry, what we should see are some crackles. Let's just cross our fingers. Sometimes, oh, it's working already. Okay, it's all good. It is working already. And I like it with the green underneath. Have you ever done crackle with a different color underneath besides black? Let me know. Let me know what your favorite is. And if black is your favorite, you can let me know that also. I don't know if you guys can see. That looks so far away. I'm going to hold this up so you can see. I'm going to dry it this way. So can you see the crackles there? Hit that heart button if you can see how it's cracking. And this is just going to give it an old, weathered look. I can't really see. Oh, you can see? Okay, good. So strange how that is. I'm wondering if I bump something when I hit the live. You guys see that? I'll hold it up like flat once we get it all dry, but that's good. Now I used a really thick amount of paint, so that's probably why it's cracking pretty thick also. I kind of used a lot of paint and a lot of Mod Podge this time. And we'll just work our way around. The key is if you use too much Mod Podge though, it does take a while to dry because it is under the paint, if that makes sense. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. So you want to be careful on how much Mod Podge you do use, because I can feel like right here. It's going to be fine for what we're using it for, but if you wanted to chalk on top of it, you want to give it, if you used a lot of Mod Podge, you definitely want to give it enough time to dry on that second coat. Hi, Marcy. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, a teal background. I bet that would be pretty also. With a white on the top. I bet that would be pretty. Is that Marvo? Marvro. Marvro? Marvro Crafts and Stuff. Hi, Linda Milder. All right. Yes, it's crackling a bunch this time. It sure is. And really thick, which is good. So you guys, today is the last it's not the last day, but it's the last Tuesday in March where every Tuesday in March we've had new perks promotions for perks members. Teresa, you were on the live. Oh, and then white on the top. Nice. Perfect. Red on bottom and black on the top. Oh, really? I bet that was cool looking. So the perks promotions this month are, if you enroll in the perks program, which really just lets you shop at a 30% discount throughout the whole month. If you enroll this, even if you enroll today, you still get 30 days, right? So you're going to get 30 days beyond April. But if you enroll in the perks program today, you're going to, for March, you'll get this 30 days where you enroll for 20. You get your $20 back to use to spend on my site and shop at 30% off. And then come April, you'll get 30 more days for free. You won't get charged a 20, but you'll still get your design dollars. That's what's been going on all of March. Today what dropped is if you make a $50 purchase, there is a free gift going into your cart. It's 2 carat like drawstring bags. They're very cute. I should have printed them for you guys, but I did post them on my page, so check that out. So that's with the $50 purchase. And if you're a perks member and a designer, you also get $5 flat rate shipping if you place an order $50 or more. So those were 2 new things that happened. There's also exclusive ink in a metallic gold called Nominee for perks members. It's been a great month. And then I am also offering 2 free Happy Mail items on top of my normal welcome gift. So if you type the word tote and check your messages, it'll tell you exactly what that is. This is so cute. I'm loving this green under here, you guys. Let me show you. So this is finally dry. What do you think of that? You see how pretty that is? I think this turned out super pretty. I feel like the live is even more delayed than it normally is. So I'm going to just hold it here for a second. I think that turned out really pretty. Okay. We're going to get my glue gun going and show you what we're going to do next. Let me know if you have any questions at all in the comments about anything I'm doing, about the Perks program, about the club design, about anything to do with crafting. I am happy to help. That is awesome. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. I think it was somebody Carter. What did I just see? Yeah, Teresa. Hello. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to set this over here. We're going to grab this. It actually didn't go through the back, so it would have been fine on this drop cloth, but you never know. You want to protect your surface, right? Okay, now let's just make sure this is dry. This will just take a second. And then I want to show you what we're going to do. Isn't that so cool? I'm trying to think how I want to... I'm trying to think through my next step. Thinking through my next step. Good evening, Charlotte Jet. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Rochelle. I don't know. My brain is... Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to cut this perfectly because what I want to do is I want to make a pouch. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this, but more like this. So I'm just going to tuck this under along the bottom, as close to the curve of this as I can get it. Like that. And then, let me just see. We're going to put this on the cutting board. I'm just trying to think how much, so that'll be fine. And then I'm going to want to tuck this under. But we need to cut some of this off, so we're going to do that. I'm just making a plan. So I definitely want some here. For now, I'm going to cut off this edge. And so this is going to come under and then that. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of this. Because this is going to kind of overlap. Okay. And then I don't know if I'm going to keep these straps or not. So for now, we're just going to do this. And I'm going to think about it. We're going to work on just getting the bottom glued on. So again, I'm going to curve this as much as I can. Kind of like that. And then we're going to put some glue. Is this ready? I think it's it's like a second away from being ready. Come on. Come on, glue. It's not ready yet. I'm trying to think if I want to use these straps here. I think I'm going to cut these off. So, while my glue is going, I'm going to cut the straps off, okay? And this, I'm going to get right on the edge. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to use them or not. That's why I chalked them, and I figured better safe than sorry. So these are my fabric scissors. And I'm just going to go straight across here and get rid of these. Thank you, Karen. You're so sweet. You are sweet. Okay, this should be ready by now, I would think. No? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go along this edge. We're going to start with just the bottom. I'm going to put it around the bottom. Like that, but lift it up because I don't want it to glue to itself. Okay, so we're just gluing this down so I have a little pouch. And then, do I want to, I could cut that off. Let me check this side. Cut this side off. Okay, and then we're going to tuck this in and do the same thing on the edge. This does not have to be perfect for it to work. I just only really want to see the edge of the pouch. So it just looks like this purse. Or tote, as they say. Again, the key word is tote. So if you type that and check your messages, you'll get all kinds of information from me in Messenger. Okay, and I'm just going to press lightly because I don't want it to glue to itself, but I definitely want it to glue to the board. Is that going to work there? Okay, so far we're doing good. Don't like that piece showing. So I'm going to tuck that in. Whoops. Or Quinn. I haven't seen Zola in a while. Rochelle is referring to my border collie. She is 14. I forget how old she is. She only comes in here now if she's hungry, and I've been feeding. The reason you haven't seen her is because I'm in a routine now where like I come home from school and I feed them before I do anything. So if she's coming in here, it's because I didn't feed them. Can you tell me the name of the hairdryer? Sure, just give me 1 second, Nona. One of my followers sent that to me, and she got it on Amazon. I could tell you that, but let me get this set the way I want it, and then I will look for you. Okay, so I'm just folding it the way I want it, and then running that glue there. I'm going to need to do something here. I should have my finger protectors on. I already know that. I'm sure most of you are going to tell me that. Here, let me get it for you. It's Ranger. R-A-N-G-E-R, heated craft tool. What's nice about it is it's not super loud. It's very hot. Okay, very, very hot. But it's not super loud, and it's hot enough that it dries very quickly. So I do love it. Hi, Beverly. How are you? All right, here we go. I've got my tote. It's a little crooked, but that's going to be fine. Okay, so see, now we have a little pouch, right? Yay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some jute twine, and we're going to make 2 straps with that. So obviously one is going to go there. Honestly, I really should be wearing my protectors, but I'm so bad about it. Be very careful. So I'm basically gluing my fingers to the purse. So a little dab of glue should go a long way. Just don't want to glue it to the board because we want to be able to put stuff in there. Okay, then the second strap. Okay, we need another strap. We're going to do 2 straps. Basically, I'm just going to recreate the straps that are here. Was just getting ready to mention the fingerprint. I know. I knew you were. I'm glad you're better. It took a while, didn't it? I got glue all over my fingernails. Okay, I'll get them out. Hang on, let me get a finger protector. What happens, though, is that I put these finger protectors on, and then I end up using my other fingers to touch the glue. I mean, it's just insane the way I do things. Okay, this one we're going to put here, but I think I'm going to glue it to the board. I'm just going to tuck it behind so you can't see it. Like right in here. So instead of gluing it to the purse, I'm going to hold that up. See, I'm sticking the wrong finger in there, you guys. All right, I'm going to tuck that in. And then the same on the other side, but this one is way too long. Same on the other side. And again, I'm just going to stick it maybe over here. That's right. I get so many glue burns. Because even when I use these, I end up okay, we don't want those to stick together. Okay, so we still have our pouch. All right, let me show you this. So we still have our pouch, right? Now we got room and we got our little handles. Okay, that is so cute. All right, hit the heart button for me. Thanks for being here. What else I got? I got 15. I got nothing but time right now. Okay, so we are going to put some flowers in here. And I am a blue and yellow girl. You guys pick whatever you like. I think these are going to be pretty together. So we're just going to bend these. I got these at Michael's. I don't know if I got them this year or the year before. But I love these blue flowers. I think we want to bend them a little bit. How are you, Pat Havard? Maybe we'll do, and I got these on Amazon, in case anybody is wondering. I just like the way they look together, so I thought, why not? We might have to maybe glue the leaves down, maybe like this. All right, let me get them all in, and then we'll decide. Thank you. It did turn out good this time, didn't it? Oh, I didn't realize these were stuck together. Hang on. These are stuck together. I didn't realize. These come in a bunch, but they're kind of adhered together. Just the plastic is together. So if you want to separate them, you might need some wire cutters or something. Oh, Rochelle, sorry, I missed that. Isn't it? It turned out good, the crackle. This time. You know, sometimes it works great, and other times, you know, you just don't know how it's going to go. I want to see that back strap a little bit. I love these straps. Okay. Is this enough? Let me just see. Now we're going to get another yellow. And you can push these up, slide them up and down. This will be maybe long enough. So I'm thinking I want the greenery, hi Barb Green, to be like this so you can see it. I'm going to glue it where I want it to lay, I think. I'm going to play with it before I glue it. Maybe I don't want to glue it too much, but I definitely want at least a little bit. So we're going to glue this one down. I've not been able to do a good crackle. Really? Okay, Pam, the key is if you use school glue, or you can use school glue or Mod Podge, you don't want it to dry at all. So you want to be very quick with it. And then the other key is, whoops, light brush strokes. Very light. You might be pressing too hard. And then it kind of like mixes the paint in, and you don't want to do that. Hi, Barb. Did I say hi, Barb Green? Hello, Barb Green. And then I think I'm going to put a yellow right there. So I'm going to glue this to this one, I think. Just play with, you know what you should do, Pam, is just try it on like just a scrap piece of wood in a small area and do it. Sometimes mine doesn't turn out exactly the way I want it, but it's just practice, I guess. I'm thinking I want more yellow right there, so I'm going to bend this. And tuck it right there. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. You guys, how adorable is this? Oh my goodness. Okay, I think this is adorable. But these leaves are being annoying. So let me just play with them. For the, yeah, you want to go over it once. That's what I said. You don't want to mix it. I go in different, I mean, I'll go up or down, but you don't want to go like side to side and then up and down is the key. But I would just get a small piece of wood and practice that way. Okay, maybe we want like a little, do I want a bow? Maybe not this one. Ooh, maybe this one. Okay, we're going to put a little bow right there because this looks cute. Oh, thank you, Pat Hill. And Kathy Lane, thank you for the stars. All right, this is perfect. There's a little piece of twine. Do you love this? This is fun. Thank you, Karen. Lee says I'll have to watch the replay. Oh, this project came in late. Okay, that sounds good, Barb. I would love for you to watch the replay. Thank you, everybody. I am deciding to put this bow on here. I am just tying it with a piece of twine. You can put any flowers in. It would look super cute with any flowers, honestly. You don't have to use the ones I used. But I like the bow in the flowers. Wasn't planning on doing that. I was going to put it up here, but I'm loving it right smack here. Let me get this to stick. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, thank you. All right, and I think I need a button. I did a button yesterday, but I feel like I'm feeling like a button. Let me get a button. Let me get a button. I guess it's button-like today. Button time. All right, let's get a button, and I'm very visual. visual, guys, so I like to set things on here and see if I like them. So, you know, just be patient with me for a second. No, I don't want that. I think I want a button, but I have a couple options. So, I'm going to try them. Do I like that? I like a little ribbon like bow like that. Hi, Chris. That's kind of cute with that there. Let me get my buttons. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Glue your tails to look wavy. I might put them down. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I will look. Are you adding a button? Yes, Rochelle, that's what I was saying. I'm deciding. Now I'm going to do the button, but do I want this side? I showed you guys these yesterday. Small or large? I don't think it really matters. I'm going to go with the smaller one. Okay, Kathy. All right, we're going to glue this button on here. I kind of like the way the ribbon is. I don't think somebody said glue them so it looks wavy. I like it like this. And this is not a wired ribbon. It's just regular ribbon. So we're just going to leave it like this. I am doing just fine, Patricia. Add a ladybug or a bee. Well, you guys, I don't have everything. What do I have? I have a little box of doodads, but I don't think I have a bee or a ladybug. But let's see if we have something. I have a bird. I have birds for a random reason, but no bees, and they're super tiny. I have a parrot. You probably wouldn't even notice it, but where could we put this little bird? So tiny. Hang on. We're going to glue this bird in this little spot, but not this yellow bird. It blends right in. I guess maybe this blue one. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to try. Maybe we'll glue him right there. No, let's put him right there. My poor little flower's going, stop putting glue on me. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, it worked. But will you be able to see it? Here we go. That's what we're doing. This is what we. You do you. Just a suggestion. Of course, Karen. I totally get it. I totally get it. Okay, we are going to move this. And we are going to, I guess I originally thought I would put moss on here, but I am going to do one more thing. This up here looks really bare. So I think we're going to just wrap some twine around it. I'm going to leave like some excess so I can just tie it. You can glue it if you want. I'm just going to tie this. Hi, Sue. How are you? Okay. There we go. We're just going to tie this in the back just to give it a little something at the top. So the keyword today is tote. That will get you all the things, all the info you need about all the new promotions if you missed them. There's a bunch of new things that are happening today. The biggest thing is $5 flat rate shipping for Perks members and designers through through March 31st on orders over $50, okay? All right, what do you think, guys? Tell me, hit that heart button, look at the little bird. Oh, thank you, Sue. Appreciate you. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. No matter how long I sit here, Facebook will not give me a smile. I've been trying, guys. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you again very, very soon. Have a great day.